Hey yogis, Sarah here. Today we're focusing on supporting our immune system with a soothing yin style practice. We're going to work on stimulating our lymph nodes and lowering our stress hormones to boost our body's defenses. So grab a pillow and a blanket and let's begin. So we're starting today's class standing at the top of our mats. So take your time, make your way up, bring your feet about hip-width distance apart. So we're just going to take 10 deep breaths, breathing deep into the bottom of the belly and then releasing back out. Just imagine with each exhale that you're letting go of any stress, any worries, anything that doesn't serve you today. So with each exhale, we're letting it go from the body, and each inhale, we're breathing in new, fresh, clean air, new, fresh day, fresh beginnings, and letting go of anything we don't want to hold on to on the exhale. I'm going to try and keep the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So take your time, begin to close your eyes, and just begin to drop the shoulders. Allow the body to be soft here. We don't need to hold any tension. Allowing the body to be heavy and connect with the mat. And begin to focus on the breath. And then inhale fully down to the belly. And exhale fully. Inhale fully. And exhale fully. Once again. Inhaling clean, fresh air. Exhaling any stress. Inhaling fully. And exhaling, letting go. Inhaling fully, bottom of the belly. Releasing on the exhale. Inhaling. Letting go tension the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Once again, inhale fully and exhale. Last two. Inhale fully. Exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Gently allow your breath to return to normal and blink your eyes open. And make our way into Uttanasana at the top of our mats, coming into a deep forward fold from here. So bend your knees deeply, keep your feet at least hip-width distance apart, so maybe walk them as wide as the mat, even a little bit further. Bend the knees and begin to come over the body. Dropping the weight of the head, dropping the arms. Allow yourself to rest down into a forward fold. Beginning to soften the arms, soften the shoulders. Inversions are wonderful poses for lymphatic drainage. Working on our lymph nodes, our lymphatic system, just allows us to help to build our immune system. Our lymph system is a system that helps to fight diseases. So we want to make sure that we stimulate it, we keep everything flowing. In inversions, we want to make sure that our head is over our heart. Everything is nice and soft. So with these yin style poses, as we tend to hold them quite a few minutes, we want to make sure that we go to where we want to go to. We don't ever need to go too deep or go too far. We hold these poses passively, so we don't stress, we don't strain the muscles, we're not working on building strength. We're working on allowing gravity to build flexibility in the body. You will notice in time the body will begin to release and succumb to gravity. Just notice every slight change. Just going to stay here for 5 more breaths. So keep your awareness on each inhale and each exhale. Cultivating stillness, sending the breath down to the spine. And last breath. And we're going to plant the hands one at a time down to the mat. Bend your knees more if you need to. Heel toe the feet off the mat. We're just going to begin to bend down, sending the hips, the sitting bones down towards the mat. Coming down to your yogi squat. And just coming down onto the mat. Plant both feet out in front of you. And take a breath. And just begin to bend the feet. Like the feet together, soles of the feet to touch. And just come up to straighten the spine. Allow the blood to flow back to the body naturally. We're going to make our way over into dragon pose. You can just flip your feet out to the side. We're moving nice and gently today. Just to keep everything nice and soft. Making our way into a low lunge. Bring your foot just in line under the knee. We're going to heel toe the right foot over. So it comes actually off. So your baby toe is off the edge of the mat. And begin to drop the knee towards the side. So maybe you can begin to see the sole of the right foot just to open up deep into the hip. A lot of our lymph nodes seem to be placed or seem to all be bunched together in the hips, the chest, and the neck. So we're going to work deep into these areas today. So looking forward, find that space to begin with. Then we're going to begin to walk into a bit of a twist here, walking over towards the left, staying high up on the hands, looking forward, and maybe beginning to bring a little bit of softness as you come down onto the forearms. Now here, you can always use and place your blanket under your knee as we hold these poses for a few breaths longer than we normally would. You can always place a blanket on the left knee, so feel free to go and grab that if you wish. And once you're in the pose, you can just settle in and soften in. And drop your awareness. And beginning to focus once again on that deep, rhythmic breathing. Sending the breath into the hip. Imagining with each exhale, you sink and soften deeper down into the pose. finding stillness, finding space. Holding the pose passively. So soften the muscles. We're not engaging. We're completely surrendering. We're letting gravity drop our hips. Softening our hormones to releasing any stress. It doesn't serve us to hold on to stress, to hold on to worry or tension. Those hormones don't serve us, so let go. Just staying for a few more breaths. Gently making your way out of the pose. Begin to open the eyes, come back up onto the hands if you're not there already. Walk the hands back into center. And just bring your right foot, shifting on the hips. Bring it back into tabletop. Just send the hips towards the heels. Rest down in a brief child's pose. Just to stretch out either side of the body. When you're ready, making our way to the opposite side. Coming back up through tabletop. Moving gently. Try not to disturb ourselves too much. We want to keep this piece that we're finding. Bring your left foot up towards the top of the mat, keeping the knee in line over the ankle. Bring the baby toes off the mat. Staying high up in the hands. Allow the hips just to settle in before you come in to our twist. Begin to drop the knee towards the left. And then, gently as you can, begin to walk the hands towards the right. Now, if you have difficulties with this knee and it feels a little bit different than the opposite, you always know, place a blanket or move the blanket if you feel you're okay. Just to where you feel you can be. Either staying with the hands planted on the mat or begin to drop down onto the forearms. In yin, we don't want to go to our max. Always just go to about 70%. Back off and take it to where the body's comfortable. We're trying to find that point in the body between effort and ease. We want to allow gravity to do the work. By softening and releasing into these passive poses, we're working deeper into the connective tissues that run the whole way through the body. Supporting our ligaments, supporting our joints. Helping us assist in building our immune system. Always know if you come into a pose and you feel you've gone too far, you can always come out of the pose. You can always back out. You should never in yin feel any sharp pains, any intensity in the body. Just an awareness. Let your body open and release in its own natural time. Yin is fantastic for healing, so allow the body to heal. Allow it to support you and work on that connection of the connective tissues. Softening with each breath. Gently begin to come out of the pose. Lift the gaze. Come up onto the hands if you're not already there. Slowly walk the hands back in, heel to the foot, back in line under the knee. And bring your left leg to meet the right. Just going to rest down into child's pose. Send the hips towards the heels. Extend the body, extend the arms forward. Soften the forehead down to the mat. And breathe. From here, lift your gaze and walk the hands back up and come into a child's pose variation. So because we're going to be here for a few breaths, I definitely suggest that you place your blanket under your knees for a little bit more padding and bring your pillow out as well. So have both props close to you. So either resting the blanket under the knees and keeping the pillow out just in front of you. Bring the big toes to touch, sitting nice and tall, just relax the shoulders. Take a breath. We're going to come out into our variation, walk the fingertips, begin to extend the left leg long. So you want the toes pointing towards the ceiling. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin from here, begin to sit back towards the heel. Now, if this feels too tight on the hips, you can always place your pillow or your blanket, or if you've an additional one, you can place it just behind the foot and rest it down. From here, we're going to begin to hinge forward from the hips, allow the foot so the toes begin to point forward, then walk the body forward. Rest down onto the forearms. You can stay here, it's perfectly fine. Or begin to rest your forehead down towards the pillow. Soften down. Really allow the weight of the body to become soft. There should be no tension whatsoever. If you feel you've gone too far and this is really straining your inner hips, you can just come back out of the pose and begin to bend into the knee. Just come into normal child's pose. You don't ever have to come too deep into the poses. These are variations, so just go to where your body is suited today. Begin to draw your awareness back to your breath, back to that deep inhale and deep exhale. You might notice while you're in these poses that your mind begins to drift. And keep it in the present, noticing the sensations, noticing the changes, what's going on inside the body. Notice how you hold these poses for a few minutes. The body begins to soften down. You can take it a little bit deeper. And maybe you can begin to move the pillow away and rest the forehead down towards the mat. Gently and softly come out of the pose. Lift the gaze first, look towards the top of the mat, press into the hands. Walk the hands back towards the body. Bend the knee, bring it back into normal child's pose. Just take a moment sitting nice and tall, close the eyes. Notice what's going on. Notice at either side of the body. Noticing the difference from the left side to the right. And then, when you're ready, I'm going to gently move into the next side. So begin to extend the right leg over towards the right. Toes point towards the ceiling. Then begin to descend the hips back towards the heel. Again, you can always rest a pillow in between your hips and your foot. It's for more padding. This side of the body might feel a little bit different. Just appreciate, just notice where your hips are at. Once you're there, begin to point the toes forward and begin to fold over the leg, resting the forehead down towards your pillow. And soften down. Soften the hips towards the heel. Drop the shoulders down your back. Release your jaw. And smooth the muscles in your forehead. Keep your awareness on your breath. Allow gravity to sink the body and build flexibility.
stimulating our lymph nodes and promoting stress relief. Notice each inhale entering the body, and each exhale leaving the body. Gently begin to come out of the pose, grounding into the hands. Lift the forehead away from the pillow, walk the hands back towards the body, and begin to draw the right knee under. Bring the big toes to touch, just come up, sitting nice and tall on the heels. Close the eyes, drop the shoulders. Notice everything. Noticing the softness, the stillness. Making our way back into child's pose, and keep your pillow out in front of you or rest it behind the legs. Once again, if you want to. We're going to walk the hands forward. Maybe rest the forehead down towards the pillow and coming up onto our elbows. So I'll show you without, just to show you the different variations. We're going to walk our elbows out, bring our hands into prayer. Drop the forehead down towards the mat and begin to drop the hands. So your thumbs begin to rest towards the back of the neck. You can be here, or you can place your pillow under, and you can have your elbows resting onto the pillow. Just on where you want to come to today, wherever you feel the spaces. You have quite tight shoulders, you might feel a little bit nicer with some support or some height for the elbows. Resting down. And softening. I'm just going to be here for a few breaths. So allow the chest to surrender and melt towards the mat. Working into the lymph nodes, into the arms, as we open our chest. It's a lovely heart opening pose. Allowing yourself to take this time completely and totally for you. There's no need to start making plans or worrying about the days gone by. Just trying to stay here in the present. Appreciate what we have. Appreciate that we're able to get our bodies into these poses. We're able to build more space to breathe. Noticing how we hold these poses, the body begins to soften and melt. The hips maybe melt further towards the heels. The chest sinks deeper towards the mat. And we open our shoulders, we open our chest. We can breathe even deeper. Begin to come out of the pose by releasing the hands back down onto the mat. Look forward, walk the body up. Moving as slowly as we transition in and out of each pose. Legs might feel a little bit stiff, so I'm just going to move a blanket to the side and make our way over onto our back. Very gently. Bring the feet out in front of you. Bring the soles of the feet to touch as you begin to lower the body down towards the mat. Rest the knees. Allow them just to hang heavy. Soften the shoulder blades and nestle under the body. Just close the eyes for a moment, taking notice of each breath. We're going to begin to really open into the chest. So you bring the arms up and overhead, taking hold of opposite elbow. So begin to open the throat, looking up a little bit higher than we normally would. So begin to tilt the chin towards the ceiling. Drop the knees, dropping the weight out of the arms. If this is a little bit too intense on the inner groin area, you could always rest 2 pillows or the blanket and just nestle them in underneath the hip bones. Just if it feels like it's really straining here or to the back. You could also walk the feet further away from the body. This will just release a little bit of tension to the inner groin. Just play around as we hold these poses for a few minutes. Get into the pose, find your edge. Then when you're there, close your eyes and completely relax. Let go absolutely everything. This pose should be completely effortless. We open our body fully. We're opening our body to gravity as we connect with our mat, connect with the earth. We find more space to breathe. And release any strain in the mind. Try and find some comfort in the pose. Maybe bring a soft smile to the face. This is a wonderful place to be in. Where we have nothing to do. We have nowhere to be. You don't need to worry about the time, where we're going, where you've been. All you have to do is be here and be present and surrender. The body is naturally doing all of the good work. Just feel gracious and thankful that we're able to do this today. Keep your awareness to your breath, not allowing the mind to drift. Noticing the thoughts running through, as if you're watching a movie. Just noticing, allowing them to drift by. Don't take hold, but just notice what's going on. And let it float by and return to this beautiful place of stillness. And gently begin to release out of the pose, release the arms from overhead, bringing the hands to either side of the legs and just begin to bring the legs back into center. Move slowly. They can be quite tense after holding for such a long time. Hug the knees into the belly, just rock side to side. And just to release any additional tension, just let it go. And from here, I'm just going to plant the feet onto the mat. You can make your way into your Shavasana. Extend your legs long, extend the arms long. And just soften down and close the eyes. And just rest in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. I would encourage you to stay as long as possible if you have the time. We've found such a beautiful place in our body. I encourage you to stay there as long as you can. If you're ready, you need to come out of the pose. Just begin to bring yourself back into the room. Gently wiggle the fingers and the toes, bringing movement, stretching. Reach the arms. Just bring movement back to the body. Bring the hands to touch. Resting them up towards your forehead. Thanking each other for sharing our space. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you found some peace, release stress to help support our immune system. I look forward to seeing you again on the mat very soon. Namaste.